everybody, it's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean, and I'm looking forward to bringing you today's core and stretch class. I'm gonna lower this just a teeny bit, and I'm also going to let y'all know that they are repaving the street outside, so I do apologize. It is a little loud in here. But that's okay. Most of the movements we're going to do today are on the simpler side. We've got a teeny little repetitive flow. Fred, that was a really good peanut you just dropped there. Let's gonna see. We don't waste. We don't waste. Here, I'll stick it right here. All right, so you got just a couple minutes before we actually get started today. You don't really need any equipment, but if you find that hinging over and reaching the floor is a challenge for you, or that balance itself is a challenge, you might choose to have a block nearby. Also, if you find that being in a plank position, to stay in a plank, to do some mountain climbers is hard, perhaps you have a desk or a chair or something that you can be in the same plank position to challenge yourself without necessarily caving right into the idea of bringing your knees down to the floor and making it easier that way. So just a couple deep thoughts. We got 1 minute before we get started. I'm gonna use the ladies' room real fast. Hi again, everyone. All right, let's do this. As soon as I check and make sure everything's good on the internet. The internet is slow. This class is only 30 minutes. However, as always, I encourage you to have some water nearby. There will not be any specific water breaks, but you need to honor your body and do what is best for you. And if that means having yourself a little sip-ski of water, please go for it. Also, if you find that you have some extra time and you're able to stick around after this class to tune into Alicia's YouTube recorded dance workout while your body is already feeling a little bit more loose and limber, I encourage you to give it a try. Check it out. Do something new. I love a dance workout. All right. So we're going to get started. Finding a place that you can stand. Hopefully there's some space for you to the right and the left. It seems a little dark in here today. That means the seasons are changing and I can't figure out the lighting. All right, so go ahead and firmly plant your feet down on the floor. Start to take some relaxation in your breath. So elongating your breath both through the inhale, maybe taking a moment with the pause, and then another super slow, long, intentional exhale. Create as much stillness through the rest of your body as you can right now. So fingertips are reaching all the way down towards the floor to decompress those shoulders. Draw your belly in. Start to just take notice of any additional compensations that you might be finding in your posture. Do you normally cock a hip? Do you overarch your back? Do you find rounding through your shoulders? Work to create as much length through the crown of your spine and already starting to draw that belly button back towards it for some bracing as if you're pulling a belt a little bit tighter, and that just draws your abs in. All right, so with your feet firmly planted on the floor, take a moment, look down at your feet and notice what direction they're going in. Are they both in the same direction? Is one pointing out? Are they even with each other? I want you to do the best that you can today to get your two toes in one line, to get your heels in one line, to get your heels invisible behind your toes, like a number 11 or a perfect letter H, like happy, which I hope is how you feel for showing up for yourself today. Let's start once again with some big breaths and get our arms involved. You might even choose to bend your knees a little. As you inhale, stretch all the way up towards the ceiling. Make sure you're not just bringing your shoulders to your ears though, and exhale, arms down by your side. So find that length from your fingertips and your waist, and exhale down by your side. We'll do two more just like that together. Match your movement with your breath, so as slow as you can, you inhale. And as your lungs are at your most full, your fingertips are at the top. Maybe you pause and exhale. Full length of your exhale to get your arms down by your side. One more time. Both up and down. And on this next big inhale, let's keep our arms up overhead. So arms up overhead, reevaluate your body, find space of shoulders away from your ears. Draw your belly in, squeeze your glutes, your hips might gently drive forward and take that overarch out of your back. One side at a time, we're gonna drop one arm down and reach over towards the opposite side. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, bring the other arm down and reach to the other side. Now, as you're doing these side-to-side reaches, I want you to do the best that you can with your body today, to even look up towards the ceiling, to keep your chest nice and open, as opposed to reaching towards the side and collapsing yourself down towards the floor. So finding as much length as we can, moving at the pace that works for you, really keeping that core engaged and braced. As we start to find some big stretches on this side of the body. One more time, each side. Then we'll take a moment, relax our shoulders, and bring our arms down last time through. Arms are both up, and exhale, relax those arms down. Even take a moment, interlace them behind your back. If you can't interlace them behind your back all the way, that's totally okay. Just reaching your fingers behind you. We're gonna get one more big stretch of the side body, a little into the IT band, and then we're gonna warm up those abs a little bit more. So release those hands, maybe even shake it out. If you need to, you can give yourself a quick little stretch in the opposite direction. And feel free to shake it out. All right, so feet once again side by side to begin with. We're gonna go ahead and cross one leg over the other. I'm gonna start by crossing, if you're watching me on YouTube, it's gonna look like I'm crossing my right leg over my left, and then inhale both arms up overhead. So as you've crossed one leg over the other, it's unlikely that both of your heels are once again in line with each other, and that's okay if your feet are a little bit staggered here. Maybe your feet are even more staggered than me, creating a slightly wider base. Do your best to keep your hips squared towards the front of the room, so you're not turning your hips in the direction of that crossed leg. But whichever leg you crossed over, you're gonna drop the opposite arm down to the side and find one more big stretch up to the side. So hopefully you're feeling a little bit more of the stretch down through your legs as well this time, a little bit more into the side of the body. Go ahead, inhale up, and for funsies, we'll just reach to the opposite side here. Inhale back up through center. Go ahead, uncross your legs, challenging our upper body, chest, shoulders, keeping arms up overhead, and then cross your other leg over. Find some stability here, grounding through both of your heels. Little squeeze the glute, drop this opposite arm down of the leg you crossed. Find that big side body reach. Oh, feels good. Inhale back up through center, both arms come up, drop the opposite arm down, and just find a little counter stretch. Inhale up to the top once more. Go ahead, separate your legs. Let's open them a little bit wider than shoulders width distance apart. Stretch all the way up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, relax those arms down by your side. Great. Now we're gonna come into some little squat twists to really work that core. So feet, once again, are a little bit wider than hips width distance apart, maybe even shoulders width distance apart. You're gonna take a bend in your knees and keep the weight in your heels. So as you take this bend in your knees, we're not bringing our heels up off of the floor. Heels stay down on the floor. Maybe you have a slight less of a squat look going. And from here, we're gonna rotate that upper body from the core, so I'm not just moving my arms, my body is moving with those arms. You're drawing your belly in, and hopefully as your elbows are getting side to side, you feel that back starting to work and brace. And we're gonna add in a little knee drive if you're feeling good about this one. So 3, 2, 1, knee drive. 3, 2, 1, knee drive. We got 3 more. 2, 1, knee drive. 3, 2, 1, knee drive. Last one on this side. Back to just our elbow, switching side to side. We did 5 on one side. Hopefully you're starting to feel those abs warm up. We got 5 on the other. Ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, knee drive. 3, 2, 1. As you're bringing this foot back down from the knee drive, I want you to bring it down carefully. So do your best to not slam that foot to the floor. 1 more. Yes. All right. Open those feet a little bit wider. This time point your toes gently out towards the other side. All right, we're gonna go for a little bit more of an ab move, but if you're not feeling the total move we do today, I wanna start us off easier. So we're just going to, in our squat, we're working to bring our opposite elbow, or the elbow, a little closer towards the thigh. We're getting a little bit of upper back work, squeezing the shoulder blades together as your hands palms open. And for funsies, you can even kind of be giving yourself a little bit of a peekaboo here. Weight is in your heels. Your glutes are working. You might even feel those quads. We're gonna go ahead and get 10 reaches down to one side and then the other. So come back to the center. You can keep doing exactly what we were doing, or we're just gonna reach for 10. 9, can you go a little bit lower? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, let's go right into the other side. Here we go. I know those quads are starting to burn. Pull that belly in. 4, 5, 5 more. 5, 4, no pressure of your fingers against your head or neck. 1, awesome. Ooh, straighten those legs. Maybe even shake them out just a little bit. Even using your hands to help you just release any of the tension in those quads. Go ahead, back into your squat. Let's take a little shoulder stretch in Malasana. So dropping one shoulder down and forward. Dropping the other shoulder down and forward. Slow your breath down once again. One more time each side. All right, we're coming into the meat of our workout now. So I want you to take your time and carefully make your way down to the floor. I'm gonna grab my timer. We got 3 moves that we're gonna do. You can give yourself some cat-cows right now. Take a gander at me. I'm gonna show you what they look like. So this is the portion of class where if you don't feel good about being down on the floor for a plank, please, I encourage you to use a chair or a desk to make it a little bit harder. If you don't want to stand up and use a chair or a desk, you can be on your knees. We're going to go for our first move. Is going to be 40 seconds, I believe. Yup, and our second move is going to be 25 seconds, and then 40 seconds, and then we get a break. And I'm being real nice today, and we're only going to do each move 2 times. You're so welcome. So the first move is just going to be a standard plank. I want you to make sure you don't have those hips up towards the ceiling and shoulders right on top of the elbows, eyes gently forward of your fingertips, so no tucking your chin towards your chest, and no jutting your chin forward. From there, we're going to go into 25 seconds of mountain climbers with the leg lift. So alternating, knee comes in, leg goes up, knee comes in, leg goes up. And if you need to put your knees down on the floor or come into tabletop to do that same move, you absolutely can. And then our last motion is going to be to get down on the floor, We're gonna do a swimmer Superman. So you can gently kick those legs so you use your back a little bit more, or keep the tops of your feet planted firmly on the floor and work to just draw your elbows back. You ready to do each of those moves twice? Great, starting with our plank in 3, 2, 1, begin. So working to get your hips in line with those shoulders. Just breathe it out. Halfway right now. If you need to put those knees on the floor, you can take a moment, put your knees on the floor, and then do your best to bring yourself back into your plank. We got 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next up, we've got our mountain climber leg lift. And remember, you can do this one on your forearms. You can do this one straight arms. If you need to put your knees to the floor, because balance is a little challenging for you, especially on this heel drive leg lift, go ahead, put that knee to the floor. Challenge yourself. Last 2 seconds. Bring your belly down. Here we go. Right into those Supermans. You got a 25-second break coming up right after this move, and then we'll do this round one more time. And then move back into some stretches, into some balance work. So I want you to really find this lift with your Superman, using your space the best you can. You are lifting and lowering with some control. So after you get that high lift, make sure you don't just slam down to the floor. All right, take your break. 25 seconds to do what feels good for you and your body. So shake it out. And then we're gonna come into that plank one more time. Ooh, it gets real hot in here without the air conditioning on. It gets real hot. What kind of plank are you gonna do? Straight arm or forearm in 3, 2, 1, begin. If you wanna mix it up a little, maybe you add in a little hip dip side to side. I find that if there's a little bit of movement in my plank, it can be a lot easier to stay in the plank. Working those obliques just a little bit more if you're adding in these side to side hip arches. I don't even know. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. All right, coming right into those mountain climbers. So one big climber, one heel lift. So I'm gonna bring my knee down to the floor, because I was practicing these for y'all, and now I'm tired. It's okay. 10 seconds left. Push myself here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower yourself all the way down. Come right into those Supermans. Remember, you can have the tops of your feet on the floor and just focus on this controlled lift and lower, or get a little bit more of the work in the glutes, even feeling those hamstrings as we fly. 15 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, send your glutes back towards your heels. Take a moment in child's pose. Slow your breath down. Bring your head below heart's level. Yes, I did get that sweaty in what was like 4 minutes of work right there? Not even. That's all it takes, you guys. Just giving yourself a couple little pushes throughout the day. If you don't have a full 30 minutes, oh, I set the timer to keep going for another round. Okay, let's do it. Come right into that plank. If you don't have a full, what's it called? 30 minutes or 45 minutes, but you've got 6 minutes. If you got 1 minute to just drop into a plank and challenge yourself. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, into those mountain climbers. It's all about what you do today. Remember, with challenge comes change. So as long as you know you're doing your best. Oh, take it down to that Superman last time. I promise this is really the last time. You're worth it, right? You were worth it for just about 3 minutes extra of work. That includes our break time. 5, 4, 3, don't give up. Awesome. Now go ahead, press yourself back into that child's pose. Once again, we can hang out there a little bit longer. Really work on making your exhale longer than your inhale. That's what's going to bring that heart rate back down. How is it still going? I don't know. We're done with this timer, y'all. I promise. Okay. Woo, woo, woo. All right, next up, bring your hands back down to the floor. Take a moment as you pass through tabletop. Give yourself any cat-cows, any additional stretches that you notice that your body needs today. Be careful if you, like me, got surprisingly sweaty, because we are going to extend back into our plank. So tuck your toes under, lift your legs up, send your hips up. Let's find ourselves in down dog. I'm going to tuck my shirt in like a winner. Oh, like a winner who tucks their shirt in. You can take that generous bend of your knees, pedal through your heels, get some stretches through those calves. And then either walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands. Open your feet nice and wide. Maybe if you're like me, long wise on the mat. Feet are wider than mats with distance apart. Turn your toes out. We're going to go ahead, drop ourselves down into a squat. It can be supported. You can always use those blocks I suggested having nearby. And then lift yourself back up into a dangle. As I come into my squat, I turn on my heels to point my toes out to a 45-degree angle. Drop my glutes down, big stretch in the hips. And as I lift back up into my dangle, I turn my toes back forward. Let's get 2 more each direction. So coming down to the squat, lifting up into that dangle. Oh yeah, back down into that squat. Lift up into that dangle. We're gonna hang out here down in the squat. So go ahead, turn those toes out, sit yourself down. Ooh, we're gonna challenge our balance from here also. So I want you to take your fingers from the floor, inhale, lift those arms up, shift more weight into your heels. Start pose, we're gonna stand ourselves all the way up. We are amazing. Awesome. From here, picking up our toes, turning on our heels so that our left leg is to the front. We find ourselves in Crescent Warrior. So bend that front knee, back heel is off of the floor. We're gonna challenge our balance. We're gonna turn sideways just to see what's up. Challenge our balance. We're coming into balancing sticks. So pressing into your front leg, lifting that back leg up off the floor. Doesn't matter how parallel your body is to the floor. It's as straight of a line as you can be in. Then I want you to inhale, draw that back leg forward, lift your knee up. Go ahead, cross it over your opposite leg, sit yourself down for a figure 4 chair pose. If it's too much to have your arms up overhead, you can bring your hands to your chest. Then let's exit back out the same way we came in. Inhale yourself up, Send that back leg back behind you. Go ahead, plant it down on the floor, come back into your crescent lunge. Turn right back towards the front. We're gonna rain or swan dive those fingers down towards the floor. Inhale into a half lift. Exhale into your forward fold. Hang out here for a second. Just getting a nice little separate leg stretch in. Go ahead, keep your left hand down on the floor. Inhale your right arm up towards the ceiling. You can even turn your eyes towards that right hand. Exhale, bring it back down towards the floor. Lift your opposite hand up. Beautiful. Exhale, bring it back down towards the floor. Go ahead, turn those toes out. Let's sit ourselves down into our squat. Maybe go a little bit lower. Inhale, lift yourself up into your dangle. Toes come forward. Exhale, sit down into the squat. Toes go out. Inhale, lift yourself up. Let's get two more. How much length do you have in your spine here as well? So work to take that rounding as much as you can out of that lower back. Last one, we're gonna hold it down here. Sorry, last one, we're gonna go through the full range of motion. Back into that dangle. Now we're gonna turn our toes out, sit ourselves down, prepare to hold it right here. Now, if you're having a lot of trouble holding it right here, I encourage you to use your block. Have that block as something that you can actually sit your glutes down on, be a little bit supported. Inhale those arms up overhead. Start pose, stand yourself up. This time we're gonna turn in the opposite direction. So turn front heel, lift the back heel off the floor, take that generous bend in your front leg as we come into a Crescent Warrior. We're gonna find some balance, shift the weight into your front leg, back leg lifts up, you can upset the bird, hello. Go ahead, draw that back leg, knee up and forward, make a figure four, sit yourself down, figure four chair pose. Remember, hands can come to your chest. I'm sorry, Fred. Let's go ahead, reverse back out. Inhale, lift yourself up. Go ahead, send that back leg behind you, plant it down on the floor. Turn back forward towards the center. Arms come down by your side. Swan dive down. Back into your half lift. Exhale, forward fold. This time, walk your hands back as much as you can. And you'll find that you can probably get your hands back a little bit further if you bring some bends to your knees again. So as your fingers feel stuck, go ahead, bend your knees, come into your squat, walk your hands back a little bit more, and then lift your hips up. Go ahead, bend your knees, not turning my feet out as I come into this gentle squat, just working to find a little bit more inversion. And as my fingers walk a little further back, there's a little more weight that comes towards the toes. Wherever you are, take two more breaths. Then drag those fingers back forward. Let's go ahead, bring our knees back down towards the mat. Take a moment, once again, in tabletop, passing through cat-cow. We're gonna finish with a little more ab work. So go ahead, cross your legs behind you, walk your hands back, sink your glutes down, and now your glutes are behind your legs. Awesome, let's lower ourselves to the floor. Ooh, nice work. Lowered yourself all the way down towards the mat. I want you to glue that lower back towards the mat as much as possible. So really drawing your belly in. I got two different options for you right now. If your abs are not feeling very strong, you're gonna keep your knees bent and the soles of the feet flat on the floor to help you keep that lower back down on the mat. If you're feeling a little bit stronger, it's okay if there's a bend to your knees. We're gonna send our legs up towards the ceiling. And then we're gonna reach our arms up towards the ceiling. So no matter where your feet were, your arms reach up towards the ceiling. Arms are gonna come all the way out. So you feel a little stretch on the chest. As they come back in together, we're gonna roll up through the shoulders to reach between the legs. So if feet are on the floor, you're using that exhale to reach through. And if legs are open, you're reaching through. Arms, legs. Begin. Arms, legs, arms, legs. Keep it up, y'all. Working those upper and lower abs. You got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Now if you have your feet planted on the floor, get ready to send them up towards the ceiling and send those legs up towards the ceiling. We're going to lower our legs down however low you can. They don't have to get all the way to the floor. And then raise them back up for 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe thumbs under bum. 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2 more. Or arms out to the side is going to make it a little harder, but maybe feet don't go down quite as low. 2, 3. Last one at a 4 count. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up, 1, 2, 3. Get that 2 count on. Down for 2, up for 2. Down for 2, up for 2. 2 more. Down for 2, up for 2, down for 2. Let's raise our arms up. Here we go. Open, through. Open, through. Open, through. Open. 6 more for 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Send those legs up to the ceiling, down for 4, 3, 2, 1. Up for 4, 3, 2. I like to bring my heels together. I think it creates a little bit more of a stable base. Up for 4, 3, 2. We only got 2 more. You got this. You're worth it. 2, 3, 4. Up for 4, 3, 2. Final 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 4. 2 counts. Down for 2. Up for 2. Down for 2. Up for 2. Last 2. Down for 2. Up for 2. Final 1. Awesome. Draw those knees in towards your chest. Oh, really stretch through that lower back. Stretch your sacrum towards the bottom of the mat, drawing shoulders away from your ears. Stretch through the crown of your head. Keep slowing that breath down. 2 more breaths right here. And then go ahead, plant your feet on the floor. Extend your arms out to the side. Press into the soles of your feet. Lift up onto your hips. Drop your knees to one side. Getting a nice stretch once again through the side of the body. Remember, maybe you don't even, how much we worked it when we first started with some standing abs. Go ahead, inhale those legs back up to center. Press through the soles of the feet. Roll over, get that side body stretch on the opposite side. Well, y'all, that's pretty much all the time that we have left for today. Go ahead, bring those feet back towards center. Bring your arms up overhead. Maybe even extend your legs out. Inhale, lift yourself up. Reach up towards the ceiling. Let's find one more twist to each side. Sitting up straight, the twist gets us a little bit more through that low back into the shoulders. You can even inhale your arms up and then over to the opposite side. If you're still looking for some movement, if you still want to get a workout on, you know I've got hundreds of them available on YouTube. And if you want something fresh, check out Alicia's Cardio Blast coming up at 12. Roll over onto tabletop, tuck your toes under, send your hips up towards the ceiling, pedal through your heels once more. Get that nice stretch through your calves. Take a moment, relax your head, shake it. No, it can't be over. Yes, I will come back next week. And if you think of anything that aches or needs some love or attention or that you're trying to strengthen, let us know. We are so happy to create a particular workout for you. Keep an eye out for our new series encouraging you to do your best for our upcoming 5K strength exercises that you can do both in the fitness center and in the gym. I mean at home. Oh my gosh. Can't wait to see you all again soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day.